her doctoral research in human development on the topic of tradition versus progressive approaches in school education. She has 28 years of teaching experience, both at the undergraduate and postgraduate levels, and has guided several postgraduate projects on various research topics. Dr. Shobha is the proud recipient of the prestigious awards like Shushila Lingaya Gold Medal, Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Award, Vikas Prerak Sanman, Shiksha Ratan Puraskar from the IIFS, New Delhi, Parimala Puraskar, Rotary Women's Achiever Award 2016 for the community service she has rendered. A regular columnist in programs on television, Doordarshan Chandana, Uday TV, Janashri, Shankara, TV9, and other channels on parenting, education, healthy eating, health and fitness, adolescent issues, study habits, counseling. Dr. Shobha is involved in promoting health, mental health, and has given more than 400 invited lectures and programs. She has organized programs for schools, colleges, NGOs, corporate and government and private sectors. A very warm welcome to you, Dr. Shobha. We look forward to hearing from you now.
Thank you, Durga. And it's over to you, Dr. Shobha.
Thank you so much, Madam Durga, for that warm welcome and introduction. And thank you, Madam Sajani, Mr. Aniket, for coordinating and bringing me over to this platform. Thank you so much. And all the participants, including me, we are about 34 in number. And what a beautiful way to connect on a great evening today, Thursday Satsang, and talking about a very, very important aspect or a topic, brain gym. So really nice. Before that, let me congratulate the organizers. I've been told that Thursday's satsangs are happening back to back every Thursday, and Madam Sajani has been successfully organizing these programs without repeating a speaker and ensuring good topics and good viewership is there. It takes a lot of effort and coordination to bring about programs like this. Take a bow, Madam Sajani, and really nice, wonderful organizing such programs, and all those who have joined.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, and all of you who have joined here. But for COVID, I don't think we would have been able to connect on an online platform so quickly. Although technology has been there, probably we wouldn't have adapted so well to technology. So irrespective of the ill effects of COVID, let's thank for whatever that's happened, like picking up the good things from the pandemic. We are here due to that. And I appreciate each one of you who have been resilient enough, irrespective of the pandemic and the chaos that has created. We have been here or decided to be here on satsangs and programs like this. And hats off to all your resilience and patience and the positive attitude of people. That's really great, and that keeps us going. And once again, I thank you all for inviting me for this program. And today's session, Brain Gym or Memletics. When you hear this particular topic, Brain Gym or Memletics, what comes to your mind? And the next 45 minutes or 1 hour, whatever we are going to be today, this is going to be a two-way program, a conversation, a dialogue between me and all of you. It's not going to be a monologue. So I would like to invite you to be interactive with me on the chat, unmuting and discussing with me. And I'm going to take you through a couple of activities and sessions, So it would be really nice if your cameras could be on if it supports. So it'll be nice. And unmuting and giving me answers and answers in your chat box. Welcome. All right. So my quick first question is, when we say, or when you heard this thing, brain gym, So what is that first thing that came your mind, or what brings you all today to this particular topic and satsang? What's your expectation of the session today?
Certainly,
Maybe my
Olympics
mind.
is over.
Okay.
So it is like gymnastics people doing. We do gymnastics with the brain.
All right, good. Thank you.
Maybe it'll help to make us sharper
Mm-hmm.
and keep our brain more fit, just
right.
as physical exercise keeps your body fit.
Thank you. Okay,
This-
fine. Kala says work out to our brain. Absolutely. And all of you who gave me answers or texted, you're right. Yes. So I think we have people of different age groups, probably more number of senior citizens, but across age group is what I'm given to understanding. Yes. So brain gym, as you rightly said, just the Tokyo Olympics are over. And just like the athletics, we have the memletics. Memory plus athletics is memletics or brain gym. Brain is an amazing organ which operates on the principle of use it or lose it. We use the brain. Brain is more like a muscle. The same principle. You use your muscles, you build, you do a workout. A sports person is able to sprint or run across, and he or she has the same physical body as mine or yours, but the kind of amount of effort, the practice has made him a runner, an athlete, or XYZ. Similarly, our brain also, the way we train our brain is how we are going to be the sharper, fitter. So this is what in a short session we are going to run through or go through in the today's session. Of course, brain gym or memletics is a vast topic. I'm going to keep it to the point, a very, I should say a snippet of that. Okay. So I think we are good to go with that. Yes. So memletics or brain gym is what we're going to talk about today. And as I was telling you, amazing organ is brain. And let's all be very, very happy and proud that we have been gifted with this versatile, dynamic organ, the human computer, the brain. In fact, it is less understood so far. If you look at the other aspects of medicine and anatomy, understanding brain and its operation is still at the infancy state. So there's a lot to be understood, but it's without any doubt, we can say that it's one of the amazing organs and the best computer, in fact. And it is said that irrespective of our age, each of us age not because of the chronology or the years. We age because we stop learning. So anyone who keeps learning can be fitter, younger, at least by your mind. So with that in mind, today, let's be open to learning. Let's be open to some kind of a gaming and activity. And I always say that when the playgrounds are full, hospitals are empty. So let's play, of course, today on the screen. But if we could, let's actually get it onto a playground and play, because we don't age. Rather, we don't play because we are aging, but rather we age because we have stopped playing. So let's get on to playing, whether it is with people on the playground or today using technology. Irrespective of our age, there are people who are in their 60s, there could be people here who are in their 30s or 40s. Although we say that senior citizen or 60 is the age of elderly or we begin to age, no. Actual process of aging years a senior citizen become an aged person or is aging. But in the actual parlance, we start aging right from the time of birth. And there are different aspects, biological. As the calendar changes, the chronologically we age. Physiological. There are people who are in their 20s but feeling fatigued and not very active, and there are people who are in their 50s and 60s, young, agile, a marathon runner. So aging is not just about chronology or age. Aging is a multi-dimensional, multifactorial aspect with social connotations, functional and spiritual factors. People with good number of friends, good relationship, good social connections, may feel young at heart, may still be very, very happy, active. Whereas another person, he or she may feel solitary or left out in the crowd too. I may feel very, very lonely amidst people also because of the poor social connectivity I have. So aging is a dynamic phenomenon comprising of biological, physiological, social, functional, spiritual. So ultimately, age is just a number. If you think you're old, you're old. But definitely, aging is something we can really work towards, and we can still be active and young if we mind. So it's a mind over matter. I'm going to quickly ask you a couple of questions. Your answers can come to me in your chat box. You could tell me whether it's a yes or a no, or a fact or a myth. Question number 1. Forgetfulness is a normal part of aging. Yes, you in your answers. Can I see your answers? Yeah. You could text me also, or you could unmute and talk to me. Yes, Dalti, yes. Bharat Reddy says no. Not always, Malti says. All right. Okay. The fact is, forgetfulness could be a normal part of aging. It is quite normal as we age. I'm not saying it has to happen, but if as an aging individual, if you're forgetting where you placed your keys or my glasses, and I'm not able to, suddenly I saw this person, but I'm not able to get his or her name immediately. I'm good with the faces, but I'm not so good with the names as I'm aging. If one of you or some of you are facing this, it's a normal part of aging. It's quite natural for us to, as we age into 50s and 60s, it's quite normal to forget these little details, names, keys, purse, etc., etc. But what is not normal is you pick up your keys or you pick up your spectacles, but forget, what do I do with this? Where should it be placed? What's the function of that? That is not normal. Whereas small little ups and downs is a normal part of aging. Don't have to worry about it, but we can work towards it. What can be done is the entire crux of today's program. My next question, is it very difficult for older adults to learn new things? Quick answers. Is it very difficult for older adults to learn new things? No, no. Bharat Reddy says no. Generally, yes. All right. The fact is, it's not very difficult for older adults to learn new things. Brain has two hemispheres, the right and the left hemisphere. It is very, very important that we have the connections. A child is born with 100 billion neurons. As the child grows, there's a little pruning that happens. Unused neurons get reduced in number. And as we age also, there is a little trimming or losing of neurons. But the beauty of it is, if we can restore the connections between the neurons, the synaptic connections between the neurons, then a person, irrespective of age, he or she can learn new things. Learning a foreign language, learning a new skill, developing a new hobby is very much possible if we can build up these connections. And how do we encourage or build up these connections is what Brain Gym about. So thanks for your answers. Let's move to the next one. As we age, it takes a little longer time to learn or recall information. When I was a school child or a college girl, I used to read and then recall and write my exam paper. But as we age, it takes a little longer time. Yes or no? Kala says yes. Savita says yes. 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 You're absolutely right. Yes. Let's accept the fact that as we age, the reaction time to recall a particular information, we take a little longer time. And it's absolutely fine. We don't have to blame ourselves. Oh, I'm aging. In Madakagate. Nothing can be done. I'm so forgetful. We don't have to have negative labeling onto us. Some of these changes are quite normal. Let's accept that. But what is it that can be done to revive, to retrieve, is what Brain Gym is all about. Yes. So, we need to understand that the brain gets aged as we move into our middle years or later years. And some of these changes are quite normal. As we age, brain weight considerably drops. There are morphological, chemical changes in the brain as we age. Lesser number of neurons, little lesser blood flow, and lesser number of connections or synapses. All these are quite normal, just like our other sense organs, our other physical attributes slightly slow down. There are changes in the brain too, due to which some of the answers what you gave previously, yes, the reaction time reduces, we are not able to process the information very quickly, forgetfulness, all these are normal aspects because these are the changes that's happening in the brain. We cannot stop that. But very much it is possible. The good news is that today neuroscience tells us that new connections can still be formed. A human brain can morphologically change. Chemically, there can be changes in the brain, except that, unfortunately, if he or she is having some kind of a pathology in the brain, some kind of a tumor or an accident or major medicational changes, but for that, a normal aging human brain, it can very well acquire new information, make new connections. Neuroplasticity is very much possible. So therefore, my dear participants, let's keep our minds open. Let's not blame everything on our age. Let's be open to learning new things. And learning is eternal, learning is endless. In fact, the more active you are physically, mentally, socially, the faster we can learn things. Aging can be reduced, or the effects of aging can be reduced. Alzheimer's, dementia, the progressive loss of memory can be brought down. In fact, we can add more life to our years. The beauty is we need to be adding life to our years, not just years to our life. How do we do that? By keeping ourselves physically, mentally active. Apart from good diet, rest, exercise, we also need to have good social connections, and of course, keeping our brain active, energetic is extremely important. For that, today I'm going to take you through some of very important or interesting activities and exercises. How do we move forward? We're accepting the changes in the brain as we age, but how do we become more proactive so that we can still learn, be happy, and fun loving? So some of this is normal. All of a sudden I'm talking to you and I'm not able to get that word. I'm aging. It's normal. It can happen. I don't have to blame. I don't have to blame my fate or my age. In fact, it's normal to be forgetful. At my age is not normal. Don't put the blame. You can still learn new things. What's normal? All of a sudden, you may feel that I'm not as good as I used to be. I was so comfortable driving my car, but I'm a little jittery now. My reaction time is reduced. That's normal. But at the same time, we don't have to say that I don't have to cut myself off from anything new, learning anything new. Just because you're not able to perform well in a particular task, it doesn't mean that you have to cut from all other acquisitions. No, that's not normal. Don't put yourself a barrier for learning new things. Don't blame it on your age, because the more active and positive you are, the better for you. So the good news is our brain, irrespective of our age, can develop new connections or synapses. And reasoning, memory, learning can be retained. Although as we age, it slows down, we can retain it, we can help it, we can nurture it. And for that, some of the exercises is what we are going to do today. So we can change and rewire our brains. If you're ready to test this, to practice this, we are good to go. Are you ready? If you're ready, yes, let me see a thumbs up sign or an yes in the chat box.
Yes.
How ready are we for,
We are all ready.
yes, the brain gym exercises? So what can be done? Yes. What are the benefits? How do we do this? And there's a little noise in the background.
Kindly mute yourselves. Someone is talking. Kindly mute yourself.
Beryl.
Okay, thank you for that. So how does these brain gym exercises help? Let me tell you one thing. There is no magic. Yes, there's no magical pill
Beryl,
which
mute
can
yourself.
reverse.
वो गाड़ी में पार्किंग मेरा उधर है पार्क कर उधर
Aniket, kindly mute Beryl. We can hear all that she's saying.
सॉरी
Sorry, Shobha.
Okay, no problem. So I was just telling that there's no magical pill, there's no memory tonic, there is no capsule which can reverse aging or boost your memory. There's nothing like that. But one thing is certain, with constant practice, with a positive mindset, good health, and keeping stress in control, good nutrition and exercise, definitely the brain gym exercises can help in the long run. What does it do? It can make us sharper, fitter,
एक
improve
मिनट
our
हमको ये बंद करना
confidence,
है
improve our
Beryl,
self-esteem.
please mute yourself, Beryl.
Aniket, will you please mute everyone?
Muted, madam. I have.
No. Why are we listening to Beryl and all? We're so sorry, Shobha. Carry on.
That's okay. So, in the long run, although our IQ is not going to drastically change, although we may not be able to totally reverse dementia or Alzheimer's, but definitely constant practice, being aware of these exercises and practicing it day in and day out can definitely improve your self-esteem, better social connections, your communication, make you more sharper, fitter, enhance your body balance and coordination, and attention span and memory. So with that, let's start with some simple brain gym exercises. The first one, it would be really nice if I can get one volunteer who can switch on her camera for this particular activity. Okay, this is called as the detail observation exercise. Very importantly, as we age or irrespective of our age, we are multitasking, especially in today's parlance. We are doing many things. And in fact, the kind of eye contact we have, meaningful eye contact, is reducing. We are generally hooked onto our phone, and whether you are in the metro or in a park, we are in our own mind or with the gadget. We are really losing that positive, healthy eye contact. We are not giving attention to the details of people, and this is one of the reasons why we are missing the social cues. Very, very important for us to understand the body language of a person. Right now, I'm talking to my sister or my brother or my family members. Is he happy or sad? Is there anything that's bothering him or her? How do I understand? Apart from our verbals, we understand through the cues, the body language. How do I understand this? By observing a person. But unfortunately, we are not observing people with an intention to understand them. We are just looking around, but we are not understanding people. We need to be more observant, and observation helps us to improve our memory, because it can enhance our remembrance, the power. So we need to practice this observation. So let's do this exercise. Now, can I have one volunteer? Who could be my volunteer? Who can switch on the camera for me for a few seconds?
I can volunteer.
Good. Thanks for volunteering.
Who's that? I couldn't get it.
This is Ramesh.
All right, sir. Okay. Okay, Ramesh sir, can you switch on your video, please?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, dear participants, we have Mr. Ramesh here. I want you to closely observe Mr. Ramesh and whatever that's visible in the frame, as it is a very restricted image what we have. We are all in the system now. So whatever you're able to observe, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Observe. Observe Mr. Ramesh and the image, what you see there. Yes, sir. Switch off. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. My dear participants, what are the information or what is the information you could get or pick up? If you can specifically give me 5 things that you noticed in the image. The more specific, the better. Let me see. The next few minutes is for you all. In your chat box, please give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 things that you observed. The more details, the better. Okay? If you could put all 5 together and send me one text, that will be really good. Because I'm getting 5 things from 5 different people. Rather than that, I want 5 from one person. That will be really good. Okay, yellow t-shirt, spectacles. For those of you who told me spectacles, was spectacles double frame or without frame? What was the color of the frame? Yes. See if you can add more details to it. Black frame, all right. Was it a half frame or a full frame? All right. Okay, good, good. What else? What else about the room? Okay, short hair. Was Mr. Ramesh bald in front or center or sides? Was he bald, first of all? I'm just probing. Ramesh, sir, please don't mistake. I'm just trying
Not
to,
at all.
I'm just trying to check how observant the audience were. Okay,
Yes,
you
I
were
get that.
smiling. Yes. Okay. Yellow t-shirt, lot of good answers coming. Very nice. Yellow t-shirt, double frame spectacles, beard, short hair. Did you sport a beard? Beard? Okay. Black frame, full
Stubble.
frame, full hair. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Why did we do this exercise? Many a times we just, autopilot mode, go through the situations. I have just entered through a park and come home and people ask you, did you see a medical store right there? Do I take a right or a left? I walked through that park and the road, but did I see a pharmacy there? Did I see you standing there? Many a times we are on this autopilot mode. Things just happen from morning till evening. We really don't know. We are so habituated. We do things unmindfully. This is one of the reasons why forgetfulness sets in. This is one of the reasons why we keep forgetting things. So, one tip is if we could enhance our observation skills, because we are very rarely trained to be observant. So, from today, if we could practice this exercise, tomorrow, take this as an example or an exercise. Observe one person and see to it that if you can get more details of that person or the situation or object. Observing an individual alive person is better than object or things. So if you could just observe and try and understand. When you're observing, it's not just about the attire, what he or she is wearing. Let's try and observe the feelings, what he or she must be undergoing. What could be the pain in that person? What could be the joy? Oh, I see a young mother and child playing and they're so happy. What could be the joy behind that? So can we go a little beyond what is actually seen? Can we observe the feelings? Can we hear the emotions? So if we could develop or go to that level of observation and train our mind to be alert, to hear the things that are not just spoken, to hear and listen the things that are unspoken, the feelings, the pain, the joy. That is what is very much required. And if you could do that, brilliant. So that's one way. Why does this help? Apart from understanding social skills, cues, and feelings, it also helps us to remember information. What we observe, we remember better. So let's practice this a little further, being observant of others around you. It's a great social skill. In fact, we need to be teaching young children to be more observant. We complain about our children not being empathetic. They never understand me. I'm cooking from morning till evening and everything is laid at the dining table, but my children don't even appreciate what I do for them. One reason could be our children are missing the social skills, the social cues. They are less observant. So let's train them to become more observant of things. And that comes with a random activity like this. So sensitize people, or let's become more sensitive and become more observant. I'm not going to take you through all the activities due to shortage of time. I'm going to pick and choose a few of it. I'm going to move on to the next one. Yes. Here, the thing is, this is called as an alphabet edit. It would be really nice if all of you could switch on your cameras and do this exercise along with me. 26 alphabets A to Z, which is given in red font. Below the alphabets, you see purple or blue letters. LRT. Can I request all of you, if it supports, to switch on your cameras, please? We're going to do this exercise
Kindly
together.
switch on your cameras, everyone, so that we can do this exercise together.
Thank you. So this is called as alphabet edit. As I was telling you, we have our right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, the right brain and the left brain. Left brain is majorly in charge of logical thinking, reasoning, comprehension, whereas the right part of the brain is in charge of emotions, feelings. I love your dress. What you're wearing is beautiful. I really like the way you said those nice words about me. Feelings, aesthetic appreciation. I'm using my right part of the brain. 2 into 2, 4. I'm using my left brain. So coordination between the left and the right brain is very, very important. And as we age, this kind of balancing and coordination is what we need to promote. So how do we do that? Mental processing and activity. If you can think and do things at right time, simultaneously, this can actually develop or enhance connections between the neurons and help in combining or coordinating the right and left brain activity. So for that, one such example is alphabet edit. So what are you going to do? As I say, each of you are going to say with me, unmute and say the letter A, B loud together. I'm going to give you cue and then we're going to start together. And below the letter A, you see LRT. L, when there is L, I need to say A and lift my left arm, your left arm. Okay? I say A loudly and lift my left arm. When I say B, below the letter B, you see R. So we need to lift up our right arm. And the T, letter alphabet T signifies 2, both. Okay? So A, B, C. We are good to go here to say who's right, who's wrong. We're just going to do this exercise for the fun of it and how it's going to help. Okay? Start. A, B, C, D. Yes. E, F, G, H, L, J. Go on, please. Please go ahead. Go ahead. Each of you do it. At your own speed. Yes, sir. Venkatesh, sir, you're right. Go ahead.
Q.
Yes.
R.
R.
Yes.
R.
T.
Left.
T.
U.
U. Again an R.
V. L.
V.
W.
W.
X.
X. Y. Z. Brilliant. So what does this activity do for us? As I'm thinking of ABC, I'm reading the letter ABC, I'm using my left brain. At the same time, I'm also coordinating. So there is a coordination between our thinking and our motor activities, the kinesthetic, what we say. So the more number of activities, the more sense organs you use in a particular exercise, the better it is. It's called as a multisensorial. You use more organs. I'm doing an activity, I'm thinking, I'm seeing, I'm playing, I'm using my hands and feet. The more such activities we involve in any activity or event, it's better for our body. That's exactly why we say even in classroom teaching, if you're a teacher, use multisensorial approach. Teach the child not just through the talk and the talk method. Let the child do something and learn. Heuristic method. Model. Doing on his own. Use a visual symbol. Use a flow chart, a graphic. There are children who see and learn. There are children who touch and learn. There are children who speak and learn. The more number of sense organs we use, the better is memory, retention, learning. So similarly, try doing this activity. You are energizing your brain and plus bringing coordination between your motor ability and your cognitive ability, your thinking and doing. So that was one of the techniques. So how is it going? Quickly, let me get your answers in the chat box. So far, how is the session going? Interesting? Learning is happening or fun or whatever. Let me quickly hear from you. Great, thank you. Interesting, thank you. Very engaging, interesting. Thanks for that.
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
Thank you so much, madam. Good.
Madam, may I know the logic for A to be L and B to be R and C to be T?
No logic, sir. It's totally illogical. To my fancy, I've just put it. I've just randomly shuffled LRT so that we keep doing and thinking also. It's nothing.
Thank you.
You can change it. You can change it to whatever you want.
Okay,
Don't make it too easy. Make it a little difficult so that you're confusing your brain. It's always,
Okay.
you set the bar a little higher than what you can do. That's how a coach does, isn't it? Suppose a coach is training a pupil for high jump. What does he do? He raises the bar just above what a child can actually achieve. It's just that.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So thanks for your feedback, all of you. So alphabetically connects, as I was telling you, the left and the right brain, helps in high-hand coordination, improves your visual auditory, because you're also saying A, visual, your auditory and kinesthetic body movement. So another important activity, think of an X. This helps in vision, coordination, body coordination, planning and scheduling, and also binaural hearing through both the ears. So very, very simple. Just sit straight in your chair, wherever you are, and visualize or think of an X. You need to visualize the crisscross path of the two oblique lines and visualize the point where they meet. So as distinctly as possible, think of an X. See that X. Get a mental picture of alphabet X in your mind. Alphabet X. Think of an X as clearly as possible. You can close your eyes and practice also. So when you actually think of an X, bring those two lines into your mind and see those two, the particular meeting point and the two arms. This activity actually involves a lot of coordination, and this helps in executive functioning, planning and scheduling. What is executive functioning and planning and scheduling? Tomorrow, I need to catch a train at 9 o'clock. That's my schedule tomorrow. So there's a whole lot of things that I need to do. I need to pack my bag. My railway tickets have to be picked up. I need to pack whatever things for my journey. And there should be an order in the way I think. Or if I'm going to go or fly tomorrow, is my ticket ready? When do I get my boarding pass? Where do I keep my passport and other things? There is a step-by-step mechanism in any event for that matter. A mother or anybody for that matter at home cooking, I need to make a cup of coffee or tea. There need to be an order. I need to first keep the water to boil. I need to add the tea leaves into it. So there is a planning, there is a step-by-step mechanism for a simple activity, complex activity, your travel to your plan. And this planning and scheduling is called as executive function. And for this particular, this is something very, very important. Knowing your executive functioning is hampered, that is when we start forgetting. Oh, I forgot to take my medicine today. I've come to my forget as a student. Improve our executive functioning, our day-to-day functioning. One way is thinking helps coordination and planning and scheduling. Okay, yes, let's go on to the next, another interesting one here. It's called as lazy 8. Another very simple but a very powerful activity, brain gym activity. So what do we do for this? Please stretch your hands, all of you, with your thumb pointing towards the ceiling. Stretch your hand. Okay, and then figure there. So slowly and looking at fixed at the thumb. Draw number 6 in the draw number 8 in the direction it is shown. As big as you can, as much as your arms can move comfortably. Don't strain yourself. Do it very gently. And as you are drawing 8, slowly keep looking at your thumb. Bring it down and draw it. Do it at your own pace. It's called as lazy 8. You don't have to hurry up. Slowly, but looking at the thumb. What does it do? This calms your mind. It helps you think clearly. It helps you to relax. It's called as visual tracking, following something. It's very, very important. No? Many a times we forget, especially as you're driving. You need to have your reflexes very sharp, very quick, and this actually helps in building your attention span. It helps in visual tracking, looking at things, following objects, and planning the next course of action. Easy, simple, any time of the day, sit in a comfortable position, just practice this. We don't have to spend out on any gadgets. We don't have to buy membership or take a membership. It's free of cost. Very, very, yes, a very interesting exercise. It's for the peripheral vision. Okay, so what do? You can switch on your cameras. Doing this in a park, in a clubhouse, in metros, or where, if you can just sit your head to left sitting, how much of information can I obtain from my own space here? I'm not turning my head, but as I'm looking, I can see to my left. On to my left, I see a door, I see the hands without moving my head. So how much or what is it tilting or moving? It's different for each one of you. Quickly put it in the chat box. What information that you can pick up in your peripheral vision right now, sitting with me in this session. Put it in the chat box, please. Waiting for your answers. Okay, two sides of the room and door. greenery, building, sky. Okay, Venkatesh sir has a list of it. Wardrobes, handle. Good, great, good. Thanks for all your answers. Yes, if you could pick up many, wonderful. Okay, I get it from Kala, I get it from Bharat Reddy. Wonderful. The next time you repeat this exercise, or right now, if you could do that, can we improve our focus? Can we pick up, if I have picked up 5 things, can I add few more to it? Can I sharpen my gaze, my focus? Can I improve my peripheral vision? If you try right now with me, I'm sure you will be able to add 1 or 2 more to it. How do you do this? That's because you practiced, you focused, and with more focus, better acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter, is released. In fact, this particular neurotransmitter, acetylcholine, is very, very important or crucial for focus and memory. The slow release of this acetylcholine or decline of acetylcholine is one of the reasons for decreased memory. So how do we charge it? Is by practicing peripheral vision, improving our focus. This is one exercise to improve our focus. So just sit wherever you are in a comfortable position without straining yourself. See how much you can pick up in your peripheral vision. And slowly start practicing and adding more to it. And in a few days, you will be able to see more or get more details into this, which means to say that your focus is improving. Better neurotransmitters are being produced. So daily practice of these activities in the long run is going to make you fitter, sharper, agile, reversing aging. Okay, how much time? All right, maybe another 2 more exercises. Can I volunteer, please? Who would come for the next one? Unmuting yourself and with your video on. Who could quickly come? Yes, please. Quick answers. I'm still waiting. Okay. Sundar sir, would you be?
Volunteer someone.
Yes. Otherwise, I'll have to pick up someone randomly.
Ma'am, I can go.
Yeah, this is Kala.
Yes.
One is volunteer.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Madam Kala. So, Madam Kala, I'm going to show my next slide to you. What you need to do is, you see different words there, names of different colors. Red, blue, very, very simple. Simple English words, names of colors. But what you need to do is not read the word, but you need to read the color. Red, R-E-D, may be printed there in blue color. So I want you to read the color and not R-E-D as red, but R-E-D as whatever color it's given in. I hope I've made the task clear to you.
Yes.
Is it? Are you good to go?
Sure.
Yes. So you're going to read from left to right and without a pause. Very simple. We know all the spellings. It's nothing. It's probably first standard elementary English, isn't it? So I'm sure you'll be able to. And the rest of you, you're going to be observant. And if there is a pause, if there is a delay, we stop with Kala Madam and we call upon the next volunteer. Okay? Your time starts now. Loudly.
Green.
Madam,
Blue.
left to right.
Left to right. Okay,
Yes.
sorry. Red, blue, green. Red, yellow, blue. Green, red, red. Yellow, blue, red.
Wonderful. That was wonderful. Good. Great going. How did you feel? Easy? Did you have to pause a bit? Did you have to think a bit?
Concentrate and think.
Okay. Very good. Concentrate and read. All right, thanks for that. I'll call upon one more volunteer and then we're going to take this for discussion. One more volunteer, please. Who can come along? Yes. Venkatesh, sir?
Please volunteer someone, Malati.
Yes, madam. Tell me, madam. Venkatesh.
Okay, Venkatesh, sir. Venkatesh, sir, the same exercise, but you're going to read columns now. Top to bottom, top to bottom. Left column, middle, and then right. Top to bottom. Your time starts now.
Yeah. Red, red, green, yellow. Blue, yellow, red, blue. Green, blue, red, red.
Beautiful. Yes, great. How did you feel? Was it easy? Was there a little pause in between? You had to think.
You have to think and tell it.
Think. Which is easier, sir? Reading RED as red was easier. I'm asking both the volunteers. Yeah, reading RED as red is easier or reading RED as blue is easier?
Reading is easier.
Reading is easier. Why?
I mean,
Why RED, reading it as red is easier?
because,
When I changed the rules of the game, when I said don't read the word but read the color,
Correct.
it took a little time.
Correct, you're right.
Why?
We tried like that from the beginning,
Absolutely. We have been trained like that, right?
programmed like that.
Excellent. We have been programmed like that. Very true. So which part of the brain is it then? When I'm saying RED as red, which half of the brain am I using? The right or the left?
When I read the RED, red is left brain.
Very good. Left brain. Because we have been taught whether through phonetics or memory or rote method, we have learned that RED is red. 2 into 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So left brain. If we look at our curriculum, our learning, right from your preschool days to your engineering or medical or whatever that may be, we have been trained more so to use our left brain. There are exams conducted, there are memory tests, quizzes, which test our left brain. But we are not so much trained to use our right brain. How are you feeling today? What did you do today? How did you help out somebody? How many questions are asked about this? Very rarely. So what happens is, as a person, as you rightly said, we are programmed to read RED as red. When we change the rules of the thing and then we say, no, read the color there. Understand a person's feeling. Find out what mommy is feeling. Ask how grandpa is feeling today. He has just returned from hospital. Find out how the surgery went on, how he or she felt during the testing times of COVID. We feel very uncomfortable. We are not very comfortable talking about someone's pain or understanding the feelings. One reason is we have not been trained to use our right brain well. That is the deficit. The little pause there was coming from that. So this activity will help you to bridge that gap, the left and the right brain, understanding the word, understanding the color, the feeling, and the logic behind. So if we can practice this, it's going to really help us to become more creative in our approach, more empathetic in our approach, quick in our thinking, reaction time gets lessened. And it's a fun activity. More than anything, it can just be a fun activity. You can play with your children, grandchildren, friends. It's a great activity in the long run, helping our brains too. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, I'll stop with this and then we can go for question and answers. Senses exercise. So we have all been blessed with 5 senses: sense of sound, touch, sight, taste, and smell. Sense organs are the windows or gateways for knowledge. In any knowledge acquisition, irrespective of our age, the more number of senses we use in taking that information, the better effect, the better we understand that particular event or learning. So which means to say that As I was telling you earlier, if as a teacher, if you could use multisensorial approach and teach the child remembers better. If as a person having my dinner, my breakfast, my lunch, whatever, if I'm able to use all my senses and take that or relish that fruit or that idli sambar or paratha with little dahi, using all my senses, the effect of that is better. Whether it is learning, whether it is filling your stomach, whether it is enjoying a drive or a picnic or a trek, whatever. Using all your senses and acquiring that information makes you enjoy that moment, and that information stays better in your mind, and you're being more mindful also. And your brain's focus, attention span, everything improves. So what do we do right now? Again, wherever you're sitting, sit comfortably. If you're wearing a footwear, if possible, take it off. And then the next couple of minutes, just close your eyes and then experience this moment in the comforts of your own drawing room or wherever you're sitting. What is it that I can hear right now, sitting in my home or on this chair? What is the cushion feeling like? I'm sitting on a chair. Is it soft, hard? Can I feel that? If you're barefooted, can you feel the coldness of the marble or the tiles below my feet? What's the temperature? What's the feeling there? Is there anything cooking? Can I get the smell? The taste of coffee or tea I'm just sipping. The next 1 minute, use all your senses and acquire as much information through your senses. And I'm going to ask you later to put it out in the chat box. So close your eyes. Hear or listen to all that's happening. Be very mindful. Feel the softness, the hardness, the coldness of the cushion or the floor, the tabletop, your pen. See if you can get the smell of the the cake being baked, or wet earth. It's just rained in the evening. Can you feel that cold breeze, the rustling of leaves? Take this moment with all your 5 senses. Be in the moment. Be in the present. Be mindful. Take in as much information as you can. Okay, open your eyes. Quickly in the chat box, let me get your answers. If you can give me 1 for each of the senses, that would be wonderful. More than 1 is excellent. Fastest fingers first. Let's see who's going to give me the first answer. I could hear a bird chirping, I could hear something falling, I could feel warmth, whatever you experienced. Right? TV sounds, cold floor, agarbatti, softness of the bed. Good, good. Cool air, warm, soft touch of feet on the floor, glow, and a closed eyelid. Oh, that's a good piece of information. Imagining my mother, hardness of the chair. Happy to be in this program. Thank you, madam. Yes, thanks for all that. So what is it that we gain by this exercise? You're sharpening each of your senses. You're training your brain to be alert, to be in the present, to focus, to develop that attention. And the more we train our brain to utilize all our senses and to get information, the bandwidths of our acquisition of information. We are engaged most of it. That's with us today. Very importantly, we need to develop an attitude of gratitude. Today, if I'm able to sip that hot cup of coffee, I need to be in the present. I need to enjoy that. To get this, there's so much of hard work I've earned for that. Nature has conspired to get this right here. Many a times we take all these for granted. Very importantly, let's be in the present. This reminds me of a little story. There was this young mother of 2 children, and like it happens in many households where food is served right in front of the television, very rarely people sit at the dining table. So children were in front of the TV, food was served, they were on and off onto a cartoon show and advertisements. They finished their dinner, handed over the plates to mom with their eyes fixed on the television, and just in between the cartoon and the serial, there was this advertisement of gulab jamun. Nice, crispy, well fried. These children started demanding for gulab jamun. Ma, their mouth started watering. Ma, I want gulab jamun. Make gulab jamun right now. And this mother started crying. She started crying not because she was not able to afford gulab jamun. They had a huge, big 45 inches color TV. They were from a very affluent family. It's not that she couldn't afford gulab jamun. Mother started crying because along with the food, till then, the children, brother and sister, had just then eaten gulab jamun only along with their dinner. They just finished eating gulab jamuns along with their other paratas and chawal and whatever. And now the children are asking unmindfully that they don't even know what's gone in. This is how, I'm so sorry to say that this is how we are progressing in our life, unmindful, without even using our sense organ. That's exactly why forgetfulness increases. I have read something I forgot, I couldn't answer. I wanted to do this, but I forgot because we are not using our senses. Please remember, we are blessed with the great sense organs, sense of touch, taste, smell, sound, and sight. These are the best teachers. So if we could use them to the best of our ability, then our brains can be active, young, agile for a long time. Other techniques, of course, using non-dominant hand. If you're a right-hander, if you do everything with your right hand, see if you can switch hands. Combing with your left hand, stirring your coffee with your left hand tomorrow, brushing your teeth with left hand. What does this do? This again helps in coordination, connection between the neurons, helping develop new connections, trying new foods, being creative, learning a new task, acquiring a new hobby, learning a new foreign language. All these things are different brain gym activities. All these are going to help us improve our memories. Definitely, we need to be playing with our brains more. We need to exercise. Otherwise, eventually, we are going to lose it. Use it or lose it. So for that, brain gym is one technique with many such activities. And it's not just the activities alone. We all work in a holistic way. We need to keep ourselves medically, physically fit, healthy, exercise, sleep, diet, and positive mental attitude. Everything in good balance, very, very important. Following a healthy diet, handling our day-to-day stress, fostering healthy relationships. If we can do all this, then age is just a number. So with this, I stop here and let's keep it open to question and answers or sharing of your own thoughts.
Thank you so much, Shobha. That was really wonderful. I'm sure all of us, our brain is much sharper after this 1 hour. And if we continue all the brain gym exercises, we will really improve. So thank you for that wonderful session. And now it's open for questions and answers. Anyone would like to ask a question, kindly unmute yourself and ask the question.
Yeah, I have one observation that there is any book available is put in the chat. And my question is, by next Thursday, we will forget most of them and we'll continue our routine. So how to avoid that?
Oh, good. That's a good question, sir. So now that you're asking me this question, by next Thursday, we are going to forget. So how do I avoid it? So there itself, there's a little answer. That is, whatever we don't practice, we forget. The only answer for anything is practice, practice, and more practice. That's the only way. So activities are good for me, it's going to help us. That should be a great motivational factor for us to practice that. So today, if you're convinced that this 1 hour I've learned something for my own healthy aging and for my own life, it's you who are going to write that commitment diary. And if you make a commitment and hold on to that, nothing can change. So if you commit today, from tomorrow, I'm going to just spend 5 minutes on any of these exercises, just one exercise of what Shobha taught me today. Any one. Commit to that 5 minutes and tomorrow, actually do it. You say it and do it is a beautiful way of programming your mind. Many a times we just say but we don't do. What are we teaching our brain? XYZ, she only says, she's a big talker, but she's not a doer. That's when our brain, it's called as a labeling. Whatever we do it, we actually make it happen. Prophecy, we say. In psychology, we call this as a Pygmalion effect. If I have time, I'll talk about that. So saying and doing is a great way of actually making yourself committed. So if he or she is a young student, I want to get up tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards, and revise one chapter every day. I'm going to wake up at 6:30. But I never do it. I snooze and I sleep. I snooze and I sleep. How do I overcome that? Is one day, even if you could not get up at 6:30, snoozed and went up to 7, get up at 7 and read at least 10 lines. What does your brain understand? Okay, she said it and she did it. May not be 100%, but 50%. That way, you're feeling good about yourself. That feel-good factor will help you to do the next task and the next task and the next one. So therefore, the moment you told me that by next Thursday, we are going to forget, alert. Here is the alert button. For tomorrow, whatever time is suitable, devote 5 minutes for any of these exercises. Don't just say it, do it. And when you do it, pat yourself. I did it. And for the next day, set it a little higher. That way, we are going to train our brain to actually do it. So no excuses.
What is the subject?
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, sir.
Thank you. I can hear someone speaking. Kindly mute yourself. Any other questions, please?
Any experience to be shared? And thanks for all your feedback. Many have given me wonderful, very practical and useful, excellent. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Any book available?
Thank you very much. And we just wanted to know, are there foods? Are there some brain foods to have?
Okay, good question. Brain foods to have.
Hello.
As I was telling you, there's no magical pill, there is no memory tonic, etc. But definitely, the brain is made up of fat cells. And brain is a glucose-starved organ. Brain requires good hydration. That is, glucose is important. It is made up of fat cells. So good amount of quality fat is important. Hydration meaning water is important. So what is a kind of fat that is helpful for the brain? Omega-3 fatty acids, is a good tonic or good food for the brain. Where do we get omega-3 fatty acids? It could be fish or vegetarians, the flax seeds. Agase bija anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, flax seeds are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. Almond is a good source of omega-3 fatty acids. So one tip is soak about 3 to 4 almonds overnight in a half a glass of water. Next day morning, eat the soaked almonds with the skin. It's an excellent way of giving your brain omega-3 fatty acids. This can help in your memory. It can help you keep agile and active. Other thing, flax seeds, agase bija. Take about a teaspoon of agase bija, the roasted agase bija or flax seeds. Or get about 100 grams of flax seeds, dry roasted on slow to medium flame. Powder it or keep the crispy nuts, flax seeds as it is in an airtight container. Just munch it in between your meals during your snack time. Eat these flax seeds. Excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids. Likewise, not just flax seeds, all these oil seeds, sunflower seeds, melon seeds, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds. Get them from a good store, dry roasted individually or roasted individually, potlick individually or together. You can also add a little bit of salt and chili powder or pepper, and maybe to coat it well, you could add a couple of drops of hot ghee onto it so that it gets coated, or otherwise plain also you could. Just take a teaspoon of mixed oil seeds. Excellent way of getting micronutrients, because as a nutritionist, I would like to tell this. These nuts have selenium, magnesium, iron, copper, zinc, all the trace elements. None of the things work in isolation. It's not that you need to have one type of food for your brain, another type of food for your liver, something else. It's not that. It's about balanced diet. It's about holistic eating and activity. So therefore, mixed nuts is one way of getting different types of nutrients, trace elements. Likewise, vegetables and fruits, fresh leafy vegetables and fruits, seasonal fruits, again, very good antioxidants and very good for your system. Different types of cereals, all types of cereals, ragi, jowar, wheat, arka, millets, all kinds of millets. They have a lot of fiber, B vitamin, energy filled. So having a balanced diet. Quickly, I would like to tell you, imagine a pyramid in your mind, a triangle in your mind, divided into 4 groups. The base of the pyramid is wide. This is the first group of food, that's a cereal group. The next group is the vegetable and fruit. The third group, where the pyramid is lessening in size, is the protein group. And where the pyramid narrows down, it is the oil, junk, and the fats food. So get this picture into your mind. Every day you should be eating food in this manner, balanced diet. More of cereals, base of the pyramid. The next thing is vegetables and fruits. Add as many different colored vegetables, fruits to your diet. The higher the greater the colors in your diet, the better is the antioxidants, the better will be your health. So natural fruits and vegetables colors is excellent. A lot of vegetables and fruits to be used. The third, as you go up the pyramid size, the sector, it's reducing, which means to say lesser amount of milk and milk products and protein. That's called as a protein group. And the sparingly to be used is the fats and oils. So these are the 4 basic food groups. Cereal group, vegetables and fruits group, the protein, dals, veg and non-veg, milk products, egg, fish, etc. And the last one is fatty, as nuts, oils, junk, sweets. Entire, there is no food in isolation per se, but definitely, as I told you, flax seeds, almonds, these are good for your brain for omega-3, but in general also all these are good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pleasure, ma'am.
There's one more question I'll ask. Sometimes you get mentally tired. Is there anything we could do immediately to get over it?
Okay. First and foremost, ma'am, we need to be finding out why we are getting tired. Is it normal or abnormal? Tiredness could come from various factors. We could feel tired because I may be anemic, therefore I'm feeling tired. I may be feeling tired because I've not slept well. I may be feeling tired because I'm carrying a lot of anger or stress or worry. I may be feeling tired because I'm taking in a lot of work more than what I can do. So we need to find out what is the reason. So this is called as why analysis. Find out why this is happening. If it is due to hemoglobin or less of hemoglobin or due to anemia, see to it that fatigue is addressed. Improve your hemoglobin or blood count. Eat a lot of green leafy vegetables, iron-rich food, so that that is taken care of. Because loss of attention, memory, fatigue, all these could come if we are anemic. Especially about 45 to 50% of women are anemic. Young girls are anemic. Pregnant ladies, about 45 to 50% of women get into pregnancy in an anemic state. So fatigue is quite common if you're anemic. And if you're having too much on your plate, more than what you can, you're multitasking, you're a working woman, you're working at home, how much can a body and mind take? So find out where this tiredness is coming from and then address it. If it is coming from health per se, take good care, address that. If it is coming from your tension and worries, separate it. What is it that can be handled? What is it that I can? If I'm worrying too much about a particular problem I have right now today, I need to view it objectively. That is, what is it that I can change? What is it that I can handle? Today, right now, I'm very much worried about my son's performance in college. I'm worrying so much because my son or my daughter is not studying well. Mere worrying, and the fatigue could be coming from that worry. Mere worrying about my son's or daughter's performance or marriage not happening or health issue or whatever XYZ problem, mere worrying does not cure the problem. So what I need to do is, what is a problem? What is it that can be done? What is in my control? And what is it that cannot be changed? So we need to bifurcate these two things. If I'll just take this example of my son not studying well and I'm worried about that. So I need to understand that I'm worried about my son's non-performance. True, that's a fact. But what is it? Why is my son doing that? Is he feeling academically difficult? Probably has gone into a college or a course which he does not like. So what is it that I can do to help him? In every given scenario, there are two things. Just again, since I'm running short of time, I'm just giving you a quick tip. Imagine two circles in your mind, bring in your mind two circles, two concentric circles, inner circle and outer circle. Inner circle is your circle of concern or your problem. Put all your worries, whatever you told, mental worry, health issue, my son's thing, or I'm not able to purchase the land which I wanted to, I'm having a financial problem, whatever, relationship problem. That's my circle of concern. So majority or most of the time, I'm looking at the circle of concern and looking at my thing, look at my problem. I'm so ill-fated. All this is happening to me. The more and more we look at the circle of concern, the circle of concern is becoming bigger and wider, and I'm fatigued and worried, and that's the reason I'm not able to do anything, because my focus is on the circle of concern. But I also told you to imagine two circles, inner circle and an outer circle. There is a bigger outer circle outside of the circle of concern, and that is a circle of control. That is, for every problem you have, for every circle of problem, there is also a wider circle around, which is a circle of control or circle of opportunity. We need to be concentrating on that opportunity, on that control, instead of looking at my inner circle that I've become diabetic. My sugar levels are high. Look at that. I can't even eat a candy or a sugar or a sweet when I go for a wedding. So I'm all the time, look at that. I'm able to afford, but I can't eat. I'm only concentrating on the circle of concern. The more and more I look at the circle of concern, I feel mentally fatigued, tired, sad. I'm going to tell 10 other people and make them sad. Or instead of that, outside of this inner circle, there is a bigger circle, circle of opportunity or circle of control. Yes, I'm diabetic, but what is a control I have? I have an opportunity where I can take a second opinion. I can consult a diabetologist. I can consult my nutritionist and then go in for better medication. Or I can get into a lifestyle modification. Maybe I can go for morning walk and then bring down my sugar levels. I can get into a laughter club, or I can get into greater satsangs like this, build up my social connection, laugh more, enjoy more, so that my stress levels are reduced and my diabetes sugar automatically gets controlled. So instead of looking at the circle of control or opportunity, the more and more we look at the circle of concern, we feel mentally fatigued, mentally tired, helpless, can't do anything. So in every given scenario, look at what is the concern, what is opportunity, or what is the control. Your concern or your vision should be about this, the wider circle. Look at this. The typical example is pandemic. Circle of concern is pandemic, COVID. Physical satsangs are not happening. I'm not able to meet my people. But what is the opportunity? Today we are all connected beautifully through the online mode. How did this happen? Because we were able to shift our gaze from the circle of concern to circle of control or opportunity. Every scenario, use this analogy. Sorry for taking time. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we have time maybe for one more question and then we will end. Anyone wants to ask a question?
Yeah, I just want to know how we can contact
Not able to hear you, sir.
They want your phone number, so we'll give it to you. You can contact the school, we'll give it to you.
Sure.
Anything else? All right, so we've come to the end of a wonderful session. You've really stimulated our mind. Thank you so much. And I call upon Mr. Gulu Advani to propose a vote of thanks. Gulu?
Yeah, 1 minute. It was an extremely interesting and a learning section, Dr. Shobha G. And I must say that we have been doing in the COVID times yogas and pranayama, and now we have learned some new exercise. And I would request Sajani to make sure that we get the recording, because people were asked, Janki Ram was asking for a book or something like that. But I at least feel that if we get the recording, we'll go through your recording again and again to see what exercises and the techniques you have told us, and do it perhaps every day, you know. For example, being observant, or like you said, not of the person and the objects, which itself is good. And then the color exercises. And I must say that gymnasium I had heard, but the brain gym I had never heard. And also, I had never heard the word memletics, which, like you explained, is a combination of memory and athletics, I believe. So there are a lot of new things we have learned. And thank you so much, Dr. Shobha Ji. You have embarked us on a new journey.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. My pleasure. And sorry, I missed that question about the book. There are a lot of books available. A couple of them which I could tell you is, one is by Gajendra Kumar, Brain Gym Activities. Another could be Brain Gym by Francis Dries. Brain Gym by Francis.
Very good, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
So
Thank you so much.
And other things are playing Sudoku, crosswords, puzzles, any of these could be picked up.
Very
and
good.
in fact, a physical session on Brain Gym, it works wonders. We could do a lot of physical activities in a Brain Gym physical session too.
Like I said, you have made us embark on a new journey and a new exercise.
Thank you so much.
When people go to the gymnasium, they do physical exercises. Now we'll have to do brain exercises also.
Absolutely. And it's fun doing it in a group, sir. You could practice that.
Call you to the school, Shobha. And once we open up after COVID, then we'll have you there for a weekend session.
Why not? Why not? In fact, I used to be a regular trainer at Ancient School of Wisdom, from a long time. I've been coming there. I've stayed. I was just sharing it with Aniket too. In fact, I have stayed over and done 2 days trainings for different corporate and all that. So beautiful place. I would be more than happy to come back.
That will be wonderful, doctor. That will be wonderful. So, okay. So on behalf of the participants, all of them, over 40 of us, organizers and the host, Sajani, who's been working so hard, I profusely thank you for giving us a wonderful session. And hopefully see you again at the school.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskar.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. And now we will end our session with the Loka Samasta. So the Loka Samasta is for all the people who are suffering, going through COVID. So kindly send out a lot of light, love, and energy to these people.